have it on good authority that Barbra Streisand is staying in Melbourne. Of course, she's got a concert on. And of course, this show is going to be based on the fabulous 15 Barbra minutes. And she's staying in this room. I managed to bribe the porter downstairs and find out. So we'll see. Hopefully she's in, but Barb's always stays in. We'll find out. Cross our fingers. Oh, hi. I was just wondering if Barbara's in.
I'll go check. Hold on.
Oh, we could be in luck.
I don't know why I'm frightened. I'm making so much money.
Can we come in? Maybe? Yeah? Let's come in. Oh, obviously her reviews here. Okay, in the living room. And we've got, oh, of course, Bab has to have her reviews here. And also we've got Diet of Chocolate Bars. I'm sure she's hiding in the room. Hang on, wait a minute here. Somehow this person looks very, very familiar. Hiding away there. It's not Barbara at all. Actually had me going for a minute here. I thought this was the hotel room for Barbra Streisand.
Well, maybe it would have been, 100 years ago, or before she was so famous. Nice.
Perfectly nice. Now, you are basically Barbra Streisand by night, would we say?
By night, yes. Well, I have done matinees, but most of my shows are in the evening.
We can't have the real Barbs, but we'll have the next best thing. This is your first time here in Australia.
Yeah, first ever.
And you've been doing Barbara for 4 years?
About 6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah.
What makes you want to get up one day and go, today's the day, I'm going to do Barbs?
Well, it wasn't one day. It was more like, 2 days or... No, I'd been singing all along and always doing other voices. And the one that I did the best, that wasn't mine, the other voice was Barbara. And I thought one day, gee, why shouldn't I should do a whole show about Barbara.
And you've
From there.
perfected it to a point that some say, and the critics do say, that you sing it better than Barbara herself.
I don't know about that, but maybe a little higher, because I'm a little younger. A lot younger. But, well, I try and capture all of her mannerisms and, as someone once said, the shrieks and the sobs in her voice, so that you really feel like you're watching her, even though you know it's not really her, but you sort of suspend disbelief. And I've had people sometimes sitting there going like this, closing their eyes. And
Squint, you'll get the whole appeal, yeah? A lot of smoke. Okay, so obviously she is a big role model to you, a very important one to you in your life.
Yeah, she's always been my very favorite performer.
So how many...
But she's probably still at the top.
So you come to Australia, you come with your own suitcase, which is probably one.
I carry on the plane.
And then Barb's probably you have a complete 2 or 3, 5, 6 piece luggage for your show.
It's actually one piece. It all, at least on this tour, it all fits in there. The hair, the dress that doesn't crush, the razor, which I'll be using shortly before showtime.
And not only are you shaving your face with the same razor you shave your chest.
As I said, what little is around, I can easily get rid of with this. I don't need to go in for the whole waxing thing.
This is like an everyday event?
No, just a day of a show event. If I don't have a show, this will be stubbly and, Though it actually, I guess it grows faster the more often you do it. I don't know how it works, but I wait until I have...
Nobody ever knows the rules of shaving. Obviously, for all those who don't know, we'll just show you a clip of what he does do.
Last but certainly not least, I'd like to make sure I thank each and every one of you. Very wonderful,
people, people need people.
There's people there.
Are the luckiest people in the world. We're children needing other children, and yet letting a grown-up life hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children.
They say every man, whatever his proclivities, should get dressed up like a woman at least once, and he'd never complain about a woman not being ready. Because it's a lot of work to look pretty like a woman. A man can tumble out of bed and look fabulous.
How do you find the crowd, the interaction from country to country?
It's been great everywhere. We haven't, knock wood, laid an egg yet. Everybody seems to love it because everybody knows her. Even if they don't love her, they'll still enjoy the show as long as they know who she is and have heard about her. Like, I could probably take someone off the street today who isn't really a fan, but just read her reviews and saw the pictures of her, and they'd probably laugh.
Hey, Barbra Streisand last night was the absolute fabulous. Wave to Barbra! We all love Barbra, yes! The way... Sorry? This guy, well, I think I saw Barbra last night, but I'm really seeing Barbra tonight for who she is.
You did a lot of voices.
Within the show, I do Barbra talking about albums she's going to produce for Julie Andrews and Cher and Katharine Hepburn, and then I even talk about stars that aren't here anymore, like Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald, and so I've always done all different voices. So
you do all their voices in the show?
Yeah, maybe in a little brief segment. Maybe one day I'll do another whole show about somebody
Oh, I
else.
haven't been in a taxi in New York in 30 years. And I don't know if you've been there lately, but they have a new thing now in the taxis in New York. When you get in them, you hear the recorded voice of a famous person telling you what to do. Well, Jim and I got in this cab and we heard the voice of Katharine Hepburn. And she was saying, "Remember to take all of your belongings and for God's sake, get a receipt." Now, I always loved Katharine Hepburn in all her movies, but I seem to remember in the 1930s, she rather sounded like that. It was all very marvelous and up there. And in the 40s, it got a little bit deeper. Till the 50s, she was speaking down there, right on through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Oh, for God's sake! Now, one of my closest friends in the whole world happens to be Julie Andrews. Now, Julie and I were having tea the other day, and we were discussing how we've both been so typecast throughout our careers. I'm always cast as the funny lady from New York. She's always the goody two-shoes from England, Miss Perfect. And I said, Julie, we've got to change your image. We've got to have you do something that no one would expect you to do. So my idea for Julie Andrews is to have her play the role of Annie Oakley in the musical Annie, Get Your Gun. I think she'd be just ideal with the Western gear and the gun and the holster and everything. Maybe she could use like a boomerang here. And I think it would be just amazing. And I think it might go something like this. I'm quick on the trigger, with targets not much bigger. Number one, but my score with a fella is lower than a cellar. You can't get a man with a sings lullabies for little ones. Rock-a-bye baby, on the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And we have a wonderful album with the wonderful Bea Arthur, you know, from Golden Girls, and it's called Bea Arthur Sings the Songs of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Don't cry for me, Argentina, or I'll rip your heart out. I've been working with my dear friend Cher. Now, Cher told me that her lifelong wish has been to sing the songs from the musical My Fair Lady. And no one would ever let her before. And I said, Cher, I'll let you. So we've been working on it. I've been listening to the tapes, and it's fantastic. And this is a little of Cher doing one of the best songs from My Fair Lady. The pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once, and I, several stories high, now when I'm on the street where you live, Billie Holiday doing perhaps Sondheim's most famous song. Isn't it rich? Oh, we'll pair me here last on the ground, you leave it air. And we'd have Betty Davis. The great Betty Davis doing a number from Follies. Leave you! Leave you! How could I leave you?
People look at you only as Barbara and not as Steve. Who is the real Steve?
They want Barbara, I think. I sort of have a feeling what it must be like to be her, even though she can't be anybody else. Well, except maybe characters she plays in a film, but...
Nuts.
...invitation today at my theater to have some lunch at some, I don't know, racetrack or something, and it said, we would love to have you and a guest, figured my pianist, come and have lunch and spend the day, and it said, you, of course, as Barbara. So they want me to get all dressed up in the middle of the day, and I'm sure...
Don't you hate that?
Well, they probably don't know that I don't, live like that. I only look like that when I'm on the stage. Otherwise, I'm, like this. Barbra Streisand, and you're watching 15 Fabulous Minutes. It's a show all about me.
And I'm backstage at the Continental with Steven. So, nerves? It's about to set in?
Oh, no, I'm not nervous. I don't get nervous much anymore.
Don't they say that it's a good thing to be a bit nervous? Bit good to be a bit nervous, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you don't want to be too relaxed. Then you won't be at your full level of excitement. But I've done the show so many times now, it's like the hard part is getting ready.
Now, you're going to be talking through how to get ready, and maybe any Barbra Streisand wannabe lookalikes out there. What are the major tips?
And this is the hardest thing to find. All the nails you see these days are kind that require glue, which you have to wait till it dries, and it's a pain in the neck to get on and off. These are press-on nails, which you just take these, peel them off, put on your finger, and when you remove the sticky, then you just literally go bump, 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 and it takes 2 seconds to get them off.
Well, we're going to watch Steven get ready here, and we'll come back shortly. Why have you got a picture of Denise Drysdale down there?
Oh, because I was at her show.
It was very well organised here. We'll start from the minibar just to see if we can find anything interesting. That water. Not interesting at all. It's that then.
It's the wet
Then we have. Do you want to talk us through this, Stephen? We've got this.
Sure. There's the.
What cup size is?
And these are the. I don't really know. This was made for me, but these were an addition when I saw Barbara at the Golden Globes, and she was displaying quite a pair of Golden Globes. As she's gotten older, they've gotten fuller. Though I'm still wearing them at 30-ish age length. So yeah, those had to get a little bigger. This is the necklace. This is all based on her last concert look.
Little picture of Denise Drysdale here.
Yes, we were on her show. That was lovely.
Strutting her stuff.
And that's actually Barbara in the 60s. And that's sort of the makeup I follow. Because if I followed the makeup she has now, I'd look like I'm wearing nothing, because Barbara doesn't wear a whole lot. In the 60s, you sort of need that on stage to suggest. She wouldn't have lashes this big, but I need something to suggest, on the stage anyway.
So I called up the guys at the record company and I said, listen guys, there's this scratch on the butter churner on my album cover. What are we going to do? And they said, well, we've already printed 10 billion of them. And I said, well, print them again. I mean, you're paying all that money. It should be perfect. What's wrong with that? So now the Pioneer album will come out in a few months on the same day as the Timeless album for limited time only. It'll be available, I think, on August 8th from 1 p.m. till 4:06 p.m. It'll be gone. So get it while you can, before it's a collector's item.
Now, there's some interesting things here. We have a bit of a bounty bar. Is there a story behind that?
Oh, I'm a big,
The mini one, so it doesn't moment on the lips.
And I saw that today in the store. I don't think we have that in America.
It's coconut.
Yeah, I love it. So that'll be the first thing I pop after the show.
Something else you might want to pop after shows is pill here.
Oh, yes. That's just, in case I have any gastric problems, being in a new city and new foods. And I've had a few little incidents, but that was more choice of where I chose to eat. I must say the food's much better here than actually in Sydney. Wig is next to last. So it's makeup, partial jewels, bra, dress, wig, nails.
Fantastic. And perfection. And
Coming back again? I'm pretty sure we will, probably for a much longer spell and a lot more cities, Yes! Live at the Red Rock.
well, it's dinner for 6 -1. I've just snaffled a chair here, and we are front row. Fantastic. Would you have paid $1,500 for a seat at the front row at Colonial Stadium to see Barbara?
Hey, I'd say.
Yeah.
And we mightn't have sounded as good as what they do here.
What do you think? Does it compare tonight?
Yeah, it was good. Very good. Yeah.
So, what is your favourite Barbra Streisand song that you've either heard tonight or you're looking forward to hearing later on?
I like Yentl. I'd like to hear him sing that. So.
Any particular reason?
No, just one of my favourites of Barbara's, so I'd like to hear him have a go at it. Yeah.
And what do you think about how Steven compares as far as his dress senses with regard to Barbara? Very convincing?
Yeah. I'd like to see him come out in one of the Donna Karan outfits that he's supposed to have bought for the occasion.
All right, well, we'll pass that on then, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Joined by another couple of patrons. What's your favourite Barbara song?
Oh, I think it would have to be Memories.
Why Memories?
Well, at our age, that's a lot that
That's all you've got, is it? Nice performance.
Look, we're enjoying it immensely. We love it. We think that he's great. I think his presentation, his frock and his figure are fantastic.
It's a she, actually. It's actually Barbara.
Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Well, she's lost a little bit of weight since I last...
Maybe your glasses are a bit dirty, perhaps. Clean them up a bit.
Yes, no, look, she's wonderful. But you want me to call her a girl?
No, it is simply Barbara. I mean, what can we say?
Can it be that it was all so simple then? All this time rewritten every line. If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me would we? Could we?
Casting his gaze over the show, and how are you enjoying it, Jim?
It's just delightful. I saw the real show last night.
Right.
And she's picked up a lot of the material from the show, doing a great job.
Do you think that Barbra Streisand is a complete bitch?
Do I think she's what?
A complete bitch?
No, I think she's just misinterpreted.
Why is that? How did that happen?
She has high standards, I guess. High standards, yeah.
So you think that Barbra Streisand is a perfectionist and that can sometimes bring you down? People don't understand that you're an artiste.
You know, she came from a lot of hardship, and she turned it around and had a very brilliant career. So.
And have you taken any of that into your own life, and so you're rich and famous, whatever?
No, I'm afraid I'm not, no.
Behind every great woman, there's a great man, but in this case, not so. The pianist. The guy that sits at the back twinkles a little key here and there. How's it feel to be in the limelight?
Well, it's hardly limelight when she's up there, because as it was mentioned in the Sydney paper, it said that, a quote, it said, Schimmel, like Hamlish, is kept at a polite distance away. Because on stage, he's in charge. Off stage, I'm in charge.
Ah, you got the boots, eh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, quite rightly, as the artist and as the star, he likes to be sort of even keel, even tempered, and I play the bad guy.
Mrs. James
I arrived in New York, and he had a whole lineup of pianists, you know, who he'd worked with already. So I respected his loyalty professionally to them, and not just taking me on as a friend. So it's like after 4 years, I finally.
You got in.
Yeah.
You made it.
Introduce my wonderful musical director, Mr. Brian Schimmel. I thought it might be nice at this point in the show if Brian did a little something for us, would you?
Just like me, they long to be close to you.
I thought this was my song.
I just got carried away.
Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Nothing like a wig to completely transform someone. You can have your bust, you can have your dress, but the wig...
When I have everything on without the wig, it's sort of Liza, you know, or somebody totally different. But change your hair color and length, and you look like another person. Ugh. No,
Oh my God, Barbara's materialised. Do you sometimes shock yourself at how different you can look?
Yeah, and I forget sometimes that I'm dressed like this, because if I'm not looking in a mirror, I just
You're just you.
hear myself, you know, and then I like, oh, that's right, I'm her.
Do you change your voice at all?
Well, my speaking voice becomes much more, you know,
Husky.
breathy in Brooklyn. Small, if you're sitting far away and you hear me singing that high, you won't know I'm a he until unless you did read the program, or till the last number when I sing a duet between Barbara and myself.
You hardly talk to me when I come through the door at the end of the day. You couldn't wait to love me, you used to hate to leave me. Now after loving me late at night, when it's good for you, babe, and you're feeling alright, when you just roll over and turn you don't bring me flowers anymore.
You actually went to Barbra Streisand's concert last night, the real Babs.
I did indeed. I sat fourth row from the front. Barbara was right in front of me. I saw the tears in her eyes as she sang Papa, Can You Hear Me? It was the most moving experience of my life, next to giving birth to 2 children.
Well, how good is Steve tonight?
He's actually fantastic. I'm enjoying him enormously. I have to say his Betty Davis was just to die for. So I feel as simply Barbara, he's wonderful, but we're loving a little bit of Betty, we're loving a little bit of Bea Arthur. He's very good.